Yes, people, we're back and we are live. And it is me and it is Lee Gunner. And it's another Gooner to Gooner, man. 12 man's back. If you didn't check out last night's show, you need to. It was lit. I can't lie. It was a lit panel. It was a lit show. It was lit guests. Great convo, great debates. Ødegaard and Lee, like literally to and fro. Christian getting involved, DJ getting involved, Kenny in the house, myself. It was a great show, man. I can't lie. It was a great show. And this one will be as well. Big up to Lee. How are you, bruv?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm good. Not really looking forward to this game tonight, if I'm honest, but it is what it is, isn't it? I'll probably watch Real Madrid at the same time.
Yeah, do one of those double watch-alongs, isn't it, where you can watch both games. I see you did that last night with Villa and City and Barcelona. Which one was more exciting to watch, Lee?
Barcelona, Dan. They had 40 shots. And the goalkeeper was on smoke. He made about 13 mad saves. 1-0. But yeah, the Man City game was a bit boring, wasn't it? Especially second half.
I watched it. I thought it was a bit dross, if I'm honest. I mean, it was an exciting ending if you were a neutral, I suppose. But I didn't really care for it. I mean, what makes me laugh is these Man City fans, actually, I'm going to call them out, because they are, for the last decade, in the bin, and now their manager is prancing around going mental because he's come from 5th to 3rd. What's happening here? Like, what's that? This top 5 race is absolute joke for me, mate. I don't understand why people are so excited about it. Do you?
It's because the league's done, Dan. Relegation's done, the league's done. Yeah, so now it's the race for top 5. What, full floozer? Yeah, and Pep said even before the game, it's this is a cup final. I was like, mate, the only club in England that's had standards consistently for the last decade or so, yeah, is now out here telling the world it's a cup final and jumping around like he's won a cup final. That's actually embarrassing, mate. English football's in the gutter. Worst it's ever been, mate.
Well, it must be. Well, you've got CSKI says why. Champions League, bro. That's why. Let's be real. Like, Manchester City should not be falling outside the Champions League. And if I'm honest, it's a sackable offence from Pep if he does, to be fair. Because let's be real, that team should be nowhere near fighting for a Champions League spot, should it, Lee? Do you know what I mean? So, look, it's a joke. It really is. Nope. But, you know, it is what it is. I think everyone's trying. Media don't help, if I'm honest. They're trying to boost it up, aren't they? Oh, this top 5 race. If I was in that top 5 race, I would not be too excited about it, put it that way, mate. But there we go. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go over to Lee Reacts and Lee Gunner and everything else that he's on, and make sure you subscribe to him too. And, yeah, we're going to talk today a little bit about where Arsenal are at. This game tonight, I'm actually going to it, and I'm a bit like you, really. These fixtures just getting in the way of the Champions League now, if I'm honest with you. That's all I care about. I don't give a damn about the league. It's done and dusted and has been for a while. Obviously want to win, and I think momentum's key. I hope he makes changes tonight, and we mentioned that last night, that we would pretty much go with like a lot of changes, and other than Thomas Partey, who I think will play in the second leg of the PSG game, everyone else, I don't really care if I don't see him, to be fair. But we'll see. I think Arteta will probably mix and match it a bit. I don't care who he plays. I don't want to see Saka. I don't particularly want to see Rice. I don't want to see Timber. And I don't want to see Martinelli. They're the ones I don't want to see, because they're the ones I think we're going to need for PSG. I don't mind Kivior and Saliba, because we haven't really got much else. I know you mentioned about them not getting injured, but I don't really know how else we do that, Lee, to be fair, because we just got nobody. Because again, I've been saying we've needed a centre-back cover for God knows how long. We still haven't got it. So apart from that, we'll see what he does. And Crystal Palace, if I'm honest, when I've spoken and done previews with their fans, they're on the beach, mate, because they want to care about it Saturday, because they've got an FA Cup semi-final to prepare for. So I think it might be a bit of a dull game. I've gone for a 2-1 win to the Arsenal. Just quickly, what's your thoughts on later?
I'll drop everyone, if I'm honest. Apart from our captain, just play him out of punishment for being shit all season. Partey, maybe start him. Other than that, I don't want to see any of them. Yeah, bring a few on at the end if you want, when we're 5-0 up. But yeah, I don't really want to see him, Dan. Yeah, we've got a reserve goalkeeper. Play him. Yeah, he's played one game all season. He's getting 50 grand a week. Put him in goal, make him only 50 grand this week. Yeah,
I'd like his job, I quite like Neto's job. It's quite easy, isn't it?
Oh, mate, him and that Scott Carson have got the easiest job in the world, didn't they? Like, literally just sit on the bench, cut a few lemons and oranges up at half time, like take the water bottles out. Like, what a life. I'll drop everyone down. Yeah, because, like, let's be real here. At any point, our goalkeeper could get injured. Yeah, he could take a goal kick and pull his groin. Yeah, or his calf, or do a hamstring. Yeah, and the way he comes running out of goal, it wouldn't surprise me if he does. Yeah, I'm not saying obviously it's going to happen, but if he does, then what? And then we got Neto in goal for a Champions League game. This is why we even bother risking it. Yeah, he could fall down and break his arm, break his finger, like break his wrist. Yeah, listen, it's obviously unlikely. But at the same time, we don't want no risk going into this PSG game. Yeah, same with Saliba, and Kivior. Yeah, I'd play Ben White and Tierney at centre back. That's what I do. They both play centre. They both played centre back before.
And then fullbacks? You'll put Partey and Zinchenko.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he likes playing Partey at right back, so why not do it in a dead rubber?
That's true.
It's not like we dropped 13 points playing him at right back, is it? Do you know what I mean? But don't worry, PGM are well support.
Front three, you could put Butler, Deji, and Sterling, and who else? Waneri, and then you can put in midfield Ødegaard. You said start with Trossard, and then I suppose you're going to have to put a kid in midfield.
Yeah, just go and pick one off the bench.
Or I tell you what you could do is play Partey and put that Josh Nichols at right back. Could do that.
Yeah, maybe do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you want, just bring a few off the bench, like 20 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're already 5-0 up, bopping the ball around. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I think we'll slap them tonight.
Do you think? Yeah.
Even with a reserve team, I think we'll batter them. There you go.
They're not been great of late. Yeah, it's very, very, very negative of you, mate. No, I must say, I do feel like I do think we'll nick it, but I don't think it's going to be very fun tonight. If I'm honest, I don't think it's going to be a great game. I don't deserve to celebrate when we win the Champions League or if we win the Champions League, but I'm going tonight, and everyone else apparently is saying this have put theirs on Ticket Exchange. Funny that.
So it's almost like they're the glory hunters, then, Dad.
Well, listen, mate. It's very bizarre. Is all I can say.
It's funny when they say that. I've had that a lot. You don't deserve to celebrate. Yeah, you're a disgrace. Yeah, you lot should be thanking us, mate. You had the best night of your life after the second leg of Madrid. Yeah, we had that every week watching the Invincibles.
So we go. This is what I mean. But these people that say this, they ain't grown up watching Arsenal like us, mate. They've watched Arsenal, when we were under Emery, coming 8th, coming 5th under Arteta. You know what I mean? This is why they think these are the glory days for them now. I haven't won anything, but these are the glory days for them. You know what I mean? It's bizarre. It really is. But
it don't help when Sky Sports are waffling every single day about how great this manager is. Yeah, and about a top 5 race. And, it takes time and, constantly getting influencers. I fucking hate that word, Dan. Yeah. No, I do, but they are actually influencing people, aren't they? So I kind of get it. Yeah,
I suppose they are.
Yeah, they get them on there chatting absolute nonsense on Sky Sports on the deadline day, the overlap. What's the other one they do? Saturday Social or whatever it's called. Yeah, just chatting absolute nonsense. Social. Yeah, we used to sit there watching Soccer AM.
Oh,
that's basically Soccer AM, Dan. Yeah, look at the state of it now.
Which do you prefer?
Yeah, sure. I'm so glad I don't get Sky Sports in Spain, mate. Honestly, like unless you got a dodgy box, you ain't getting it.
Mate, I used to sit there. I used to be on from 9:30 till 12, that Soccer AM, and it was absolute gold, mate. And now, because we live in 2025, they'd all be sacked if they did what they did back then. Like, all of them would, mate. Do you know what I mean? They used to bring the Soccerette out, do you remember? And they used to bring, you know what I mean? And they used to do the stuff.
Give us a 12. Give us a 12.
Yeah. Give us a 12, darling. Like, you know what I mean? Unbelievable, bruv. But this is the problem. We get that now. I understand and appreciate times change and all that. But if I'm honest with you, mate, I'm glad that I grew up in that era. Do you know what I mean? Because that was class. I got sent this today. Oh, blimey, that's so small. I can hardly see it. Let me read it out to you because it's so small.
Oh, I actually quote tweeted that a minute ago. I quote tweeted that about an hour ago. Yeah.
I got sent it. It was Christian who sent it to me, actually, saying this is very impressive. What was it? I'm going to read out exactly what he said. Big up to Christian. He was classed as ever last night. So there's some impressive stats here. Only 14 defeats over 3 seasons. So it's basically Arsenal's start since 22-23. We've got the most points in the league. We've got the most, the least defeats in the league. The least goals conceded, the most clean sheets, the least shots on target faced, and the best goals against. All these stats, which is what the reason I brought it up is because you've just said about the media and Sky Sports saying how great we are. That's absolutely fine to have all that, but I'd rather have a trophy. Like, I don't actually care about the stats. Like, this is the thing with me. I do not care whether it's George Graham style football, whether it's Mikel Arteta style football, whatever that is, whether it's Pep Guardiola style football. If it wins me something, I don't really care. when you haven't won a trophy because of all them stats, I don't really know how you can sit there and laud it up, Lee. This is what frustrates me. I've got no problem with people praising him, saying he's done a really good job to get us challenging. I can't deny that because we are. That's factually. He's done well to get us challenging. Can he get us across the line? That's my only question mark with him. And basically, that's what I text Christian back. I said, yeah, they're really impressive. I said, but can he get us across the line and deliver? You know, and they don't know what to say with that because they can't say it because they don't know. I don't actually think they've got the faith that he can either. I think they're just hoping. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Exactly it. Hope.
They're just hoping it, brother. And look, he deserves unbelievable plaudits for what he did against Real Madrid, and he's brilliant for praise for getting us challenging. But my only question mark now is, can he get us across the line? I don't think he can. I'm happy to be proven wrong, and I hope we win the Champions League, and I hope we go and do a treble next year. I'm not one of these fans who wants to be proven right, so I can go, ha, told you he was rubbish, like they think I do. Oh, this bloke just wants to, you know, do this, this old Dan Potts was right. I want to be wrong, mate. I've been wrong, to be fair, about a couple of things. I didn't think he'd title challenge us. I hold my hands up and said I was wrong about that. Can he now get us across the line? Because that's essentially what we want to do. Like, challenging's great, but we were already doing that under Wenger, and now we got rid of him. Do you know what I mean? So,
do you know what you should have texted him back? 1,725 days without a trophy. Well, how's that for a stat? No. Yeah, 1,725 days. Notice how Sky missed that one out, didn't they? No. Yeah, because again, it's all about peddling a narrative that this guy's a superstar manager. He's going to be the next Fergie. Yeah, no other big club on the planet would go 5 years without a trophy and the manager keep his job. Wouldn't happen, Dan. Yeah, and all I keep hearing is second this, second that. Oh, but refs this, refs that, PGMOL this. Oh, but Man City, Pep. Oh, this and that. How about win a trophy, mate? How about that? Yeah, I don't want to hear excuses anymore, Dan. If he goes and wins the Champions League, fair play to the geezer. Yeah, we'll all be sat there having the best time of our lives, seeing the Champions League that we never thought we'd ever going to see in our lifetime. Yeah, let's just be real with it. Yeah, but if he don't, he's got to go, mate. It's as simple as that. Yeah, can't get over the line. And all them stats on paper look amazing. Yeah, who's been holding the trophy the last 3 years? Man City and now Liverpool. Yeah, so just proof again that irrelevant stats are just irrelevant, Dan. Yeah, and this is how stats can be manipulated into making something look great. Yeah, first in this, first at that, least goals, shots, least this, most wins. Okay, mate, did you win anything? Nah, I didn't win anything, mate. Came second 3 times in a row. Well, who cares then? Yeah, because if you ain't first, you've lost. Yeah, and it's no coincidence here that the greatest managers of all time have also come out and said that over the years. Yeah, like it's all about winning. Yeah, why does Jose Mourinho always keep winning? Yeah, it's no coincidence, mate. He's in the game to win.
Conte.
He's joint top of the league right now. I think Jose's a couple of points off top. Yeah, what phase are they in?
Conte shouldn't be top because of the squad he's got compared to Inter Milan, mate. Like, there's no way that he should be. But he does this. This is what he does. The only place he couldn't do it was Tottenham. Look at what he did at Tottenham. He still finished above us, by the way. And Carlo Ancelotti.
Phase one. He finished above us. And they sacked him when he was fourth, by the way. And now look at him.
Look at the way that people are treating Carlo Ancelotti, by the way. Oh, my God.
Mate, I swear, damn, the amount of BS I have heard about Real Madrid is crazy. Like, they're just some shit club.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. They've already won 2 trophies this season. Yeah, they've already done. They're in a cup final on the weekend. On Saturday night, they're in a cup final. Yeah, so if he wins that, that's 3 this season. He's already lost a final this season. And he's still 3 or 4 points off the top in La Liga. And they still got to play Barca again. So he could potentially win 4 trophies out of 5 this season. But don't worry, he's washed. He's washed. He's rubbish. Real Madrid are crap.
They're
crap. If that's the case, then what are we then?
All of them are. Simone, he's washed.
But the reason they're saying that, though, Dan, the reason they're saying this, the Real Madrid are washed and they're shit and they're this and that, is to downplay what Hansi Flick's doing at Barcelona.
Oh,
yeah,
mate,
because we can sit there and go, well, hang on a minute. You told us, I'll tell you what he did do with Germany, because when they come out with that one, he was the assistant when they won the World Cup.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, mate, don't like that, do they?
Did that with loads of managers, to be fair. They all had a CV at the time, even going back to ones that aren't even that elite level that were still better than Arteta when we had him. I think I might have even said Rafa at one stage, who had a CV which was crazy, and everyone was just absolutely howling at me, putting loads of emojis in and stuff like that. Yeah, he hasn't gone on to do the best of things since I've made that thing. But I was giving examples of people that had a CV. Allegri was another one that all had a CV that would be.
Oh, he's a dinosaur, Dad. He's a dinosaur. What do you want him for?
weird, isn't it? I don't understand it. Like one day he will go, by the way, whether it's next season or in 12 years' time or in 12 days' time, he will leave. What are they going to do when Arteta goes? Are they going to have a funeral or something? I don't get this.
Yeah, well, they could all fuck off with him, Dan, if I'm honest. I'm sick to death of this fan base. Dan, I've said it from even Wenger days, mate, yeah? This fan base is the single biggest problem at this football club. Not the Cronkies, yeah, the fan base. Because the majority of these fans are now sitting all over the internet telling the world that it's irrelevant that Liverpool won the league. Yeah, oh yeah, Liverpool won the league and literally nobody cares. Well, hold up, mate. You should all care. Yeah, they're trying to dismiss success. Yeah, Sky Sports trying to dismiss success.
Nobody cares. What does that mean? What do you mean nobody cares? We're all gutted because of it. Like what? Well,
yeah, but they're not, though, Dan. They're not. Yeah, Dan, they're not. They're not interested in winning.
Roll on to the next season.
Because what they're doing now is what they do every single season online, Dan. Yeah, the online fan base will sit there chatting absolute bollocks about other clubs and other players all season. Yeah, then when we don't win anything, yeah, they make it, oh, yeah, but nobody could beat Pep. No, but we got robbed by PGMOL. Oh, but Saka was out injured. They've been sat there telling the world for about a year or so Vinny Jr.'s leaving. Well, I've just seen Fabrizio tweeting out he's on the verge of signing a new deal. Hold that. Yeah, I keep hearing every single year, yeah, for the last 3 years that Rodrigo's going to leave. He ain't going anywhere. Oh, get him to the Emirates. Get him to the carpets. Why do you want him in the carpet? He said Saka's better. Yeah. Dan, they don't believe a word. I don't believe anything they say. Yeah, and I don't think they believe anything they say because at the end of the day, they should all be in mourning that we ain't won that league because they all sat there chatting absolute nonsense last summer. Yeah, saying that, well, if Man City fall off, we're next in line. Yeah, and now look how far Liverpool are. And now it's, oh, yeah, but Mohamed Salah, he's the difference maker. Oh, he's been there 8 years, mate. Oh, yeah, but we're up against an all-singing, all-dancing City then, so they could... Man City were better than everyone. Mohamed Salah, no, he's hit new heights. Well, why didn't we go and buy a striker then? Yeah, now they're sitting there trying to do up this Nico Williams prop again. Like, bro, I swear, these people are jarring. Yeah, they don't watch Nico Williams, because if they did, yeah, they'd know he's crap. Yeah,
I don't watch him. I see him for Spain. That's it.
Dan, so do they. The same with Mikel Merino. Making out Mikel Merino as the best midfielder in the world. Yeah, they see him come off the bench and score against Germany. And that's it. They're sold.
He's been better as a striker than a midfielder, I think.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I actually don't mind him as a playing as a bit of an auxiliary striker. But look, man, wanted to talk about Andrea Berta. Andrea Berta's come in, and I want to get your opinions on this because there's a lot of narratives going around that he's in to change things up. He's in to take us to new levels. Everyone's excited. There's some narratives going around that he's going to be the most important voice at the club. And it's going to be a very interesting summer as to the relationship between him and Arteta. What do you make of all that, bruv? Now Berta's here.
Andrea Berta, mate. Hopefully, if we don't win this Champions League, hopefully we do win it. If we don't, hopefully he sacks the manager because that'll be the best signing we can do this summer is getting a new manager. Yeah, then go and get Inzaghi. Yeah, and then if he don't win the league, people go, oh, what do we want him for? He bottled it's Conte. We should go and get Conte then. Like, oh no, but what did he do at Spurs? Round and round and round we go. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, this facade ends, Dan. Yeah, and hopefully we go and sign some players that have that can get us over the line. Yeah, the problem is, yeah, I don't think this manager will get over the line in the league. He might do. He might win this cup. Fair play if he does. Yeah, but again, yeah, I just don't see him getting over the line in the league, Dan. Yeah, because Man City, we know we're going to go and spend money, Dan. They did 200 M's in January. Man United will always spend money. Yeah, and although I don't see them catching us up overnight, yeah, they're still going to go and do money. They'll probably sack their manager if you don't win the Europa League, and then they'll go and get someone else.
So will Berta have the power to sack Arteta, though, or will it be the Cronkies?
Do you know what I think, yeah? I think from listening to what Arteta's been saying in the last couple of press conferences about Berta, when he's been asked about signings and stuff like that, Thomas Partey deal, new deal potentially, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, I leave that to Andrea Berta. Whereas before, he'd say, oh, me and Edu, we're going to sit down at the end of the season. So he said, yeah, and this is why I do his press conference reactions, because these journalists only take the nice stuff out of it, not the actual stuff that we need to hear. Yeah, they take the little clickbaity bit out of it. Yeah, I'll take the whole thing. Yeah, pause. So I think that he's fully in charge of the transfers. Yeah, and I think that he's been brought in Yeah, to buy some quality. Because if you look how much money we've spent under this manager, and there's no return on that. Yeah, yes, there might be a return, as in we're getting more income, but there's no trophy return on that. Yeah, and let's be honest, Dan, all of the Cronky's franchises over in America have won stuff recently. Yeah, so the only one that's letting him down is Arsenal. Yeah, they sacked their manager and the general manager the other day. Excuse me. Yeah, they sacked their coach and the general manager the other day on one of their teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they won a trophy 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that they're looking at it thinking we've done £750 million and we ain't won nothing. Yeah, now, yeah, Tim Lewis, yeah, he's the Cronky's right-hand man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had a promotion since he's been here. Now Andrea Berta's coming. Now our manager's sitting there with no money spent in January. So I reckon they already had this guy lined up to come in, and they've said, no, you ain't getting no money, mate. Yeah, see you in the summer.
Do you think, though, even though it's like we're not giving you any money, do you think it was we don't trust you without Berta coming in? Like, you've already done enough sort of thing. So now Berta's going to be doing it. Because I hope that is the case. I really do. What I don't want, right, is this tug of war now saying, no, I want Sesko. No, we're getting Gyökeres. No, I want Sesko. No, we're getting I want Nico Williams. No, we're going to get Lookman or whatever it be. I want him. No, we're going to go and get Cunha. You know, this goalkeeper, we ain't getting him. He's rubbish. I don't know if he is. We're going to get him. Like, because I don't mind if that is the case. I want that to be the case, but I want them to back Berta now, not Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
Because he's been back Lee for 5 years now. Look at some of the mess that we've had at the club. Like, I know some of it's worked out well, but some of it has been, out of the 31 players, I'd say there's probably 7 that have done all right. I reckon the other 20 would have been absolute shambles, if I'm honest. Like, without being too mean, like they ain't gone on to do much, have they? Yeah, they've either left or they've been a bad buy and gone somewhere else. Like, you know, I'm not just talking about Willian, by the way, and the crap like that, and Sterling. There's been like Fabio Vieira was like 38 million, mate. Yeah. Tavares and Lokonga. I think Lokonga, we bought him for about 19 million or something. Yeah, we can't even get 10 from Seville. Do you know what I mean? 3 years later, whatever it is. Marquinhos, we actually could have got him for free. We paid £3 million, say, oh, please love the club. And he's been absolute. I mean, where is he? I don't even know where
he's on his full flown and out of contract in the summer.
Well, he's gone then.
That deal needs investigating, by the way, because there's something snide with that.
Yeah, that was a bizarre one, wasn't it? Let's be real. But
no,
yeah.
I make you right, Dan. I think I'd rather it be that way. Yeah, Berta's got a 10-12 year track record of buying proper players. Yeah, and spinning profits. Yeah, his net spend was 100 million over 12 years at Atletico Madrid. Yeah, so it's like if you look at how much he spent at Atleti, how much he recouped, and look at the players they've had, Dan, and look what they've won.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people always come out with the old bullshit of, oh, yeah, but he bought João Felix for 120 million. And he sold Griezmann for 127 that summer. And then brought him back 2 years later for 20 mil. Right. So what we're doing here. Yeah, I'd rather he's in charge and he's telling Mikel, you're having this player, fit him in. Yeah, because that'll be the final nail in this geezer's coffin, mate. Yeah, if he don't win nothing, yeah, I reckon that'll be the way they'll be doing it. Yeah, even if he does win the Champions League, I still think that's how they'll do it. Yeah, and they'll say, right, we bought this player, you have to fit him in now. Yeah, because they're going to be buying club signings, not Arteta signings. Yeah, and let's just be real with it. That's how some of these big clubs work, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Inter Milan work like that. Real Madrid work like that. Bayern Munich work like that. Yes, obviously there are some players, but they'll come in like Elise. You obviously wanted Elise at Bayern. Yeah, but there'll be a lot of players that are club players. Yeah, because you could be sacked next week. Yeah, then you're left with a whole team of players that the next manager might not want. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hope that is the case. And like I said, this geezer's qualified best in class in this field, mate. So,
I think it's the best signing from the Cronkies in their reign. I honestly do. I know he hasn't done anything yet, but I am so confident we're going to have a better summer now with him in charge. And if it is the fact that he just does everything, I'll be really happy. Big up to Suji in the chat for the super chat. Legend, bro. Big up Dan and Lee. Come on, people. Hit the likes and subscribe. Make sure you do that. There's 1,000 in here, so let's make sure we hit the like and subscribe, people. I heard certain sections of fans saying Spurs winning the Europa League does not affect us. Oh, my God. They win that Europa League, it's going to be embarrassing for us if we don't win the Champions League. That's all I will say. Although the Champions League, have you seen that state of that Europa League this year, Lee? It's absolutely great. You can tell the Champions League clubs ain't dropped down, can't you? It's absolute mad. Man United and Spurs. But I think Man United will win it, you know. I bet you they win it. They'll stink their way through that and win that competition. I bet you they'll beat Bilbao somehow. and they'll go and win it.
Mad, isn't it? And then they would have won three in 3 years.
And they've been crap. It's
With
a joke,
two different managers finishing 3rd, 8th, and 16th.
Honestly,
but don't worry though, guys. Their league finishes are just their shit. Yeah, it's about trophies. Yeah, right. Nobody cares. And do you know what? Yeah, I think in the last decade they've been to more finals than us.
Mate.
Do you know how mad that is? And look how many managers they've had in the last 10 years. And do you know what's even more crazy, Dan? Yeah, like, as Suj says there, I've seen that as well. Yeah, nobody cares about Spurs and Man United winning the Europa League. This is why I get the ump, Dan. It's like, yeah, nobody cares. Well, you should care.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should care. Because 100%. If Spurs or Man U, they banter Spurs and Man U every day of the week. Yeah, so what? Now you don't care if they go and win a trophy and we don't. Like, damn, it's boring, mate. Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, but
no, I proper care if either of those two teams win it. They're the two teams I hate the most. Man United are our biggest rivals in my upbringing. Spurs are geographically our rivals. They don't win anything. If they win something before Mikel Arteta in that with this new team, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to shake my head and think, well, how many more managers? Like, we could still end this season trophyless, right? Eddie Howe's won one. Maresca could win that conference. If bloody what's his name, Amorim or Ange win that Europa, and Pep or one of the other managers wins the FA Cup, we're in the mud, bruv. Everyone's won a trophy but us. We cannot let the season end like that. We've got to go win this Champions League.
If Unai Emery wins that FA Cup, what they're saying then?
Well, he's washed, mate, because he's 5th in the league or 6th in the league now.
Yeah. That'll be his second trophy since we sacked him.
Right.
Hey, what happens if Glasner wins it? Then mate, what if Nuno wins it?
That'll be 2 trophies. He won the Europa League as well, Glasner.
Yeah. Well, what if Nuno wins it? Yeah, 18 months in the job, bang, there you go. Hold that with Forest.
Mate.
Yeah, and if Pep wins it, that'd probably be the easiest one for them to get out of these fans. Oh yeah, but they've done 200 million in Jan. Yeah, but they ain't got their star striker, mate. He's out for the season. Right.
I think City will win the FA Cup. If I'm honest, I think they'll do it.
I don't know. I think Aston Villa might win that. It might be Man City, Aston Villa in the final.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I've got a feeling that Man City will win it. And I think Man United will win the Europa League. I think Chelsea. I don't know about Chelsea, Fiorentina, and Betis. I don't know. Is not. I know they should win it, but I don't think it's just quite. Chelsea are playing so bad, mate. They really are. So
yeah, I think whoever wins that Betis game against Fiorentina, whoever wins that wins it. I think.
Yeah. This comes in from Roberto Baggio. What a player. Do you remember Go Lazio? When I was younger, I used to watch that all the time, man. 29 and Hairflix get the trio of, I can never say his name, Oyarzabal, is it? Sanke, who I want to ask you about, by the way, and Baena, raid La Liga talent. I know Baena, and I think he's top quality. Who's this Sanke guy that we link with? Is he quality?
Yeah, he's sick. He's everything Arsenal fans think Ødegaard is. Yeah, he's already back 15.
He's a striker, isn't he?
Yeah. Mate, he's quality as well. Yeah. That Sanchez is unreal, mate. Yeah, he's already bagged about 15 goals this season. He's been out injured for 2 months.
Well, I see we were linked with him yesterday. I've never heard of him because I don't watch La Liga like you, but I've heard of Baena and I've seen him play because you told me about him months ago. He's more of an attacking midfielder, but they play him on the left sometimes, don't they, Baena?
Yeah, he just plays where he wants, really. See, out here, they don't stick to a system, then. They just let you free roam. 1 minute Baena's on the left, then he's on the right, then he's in the middle, which is what a proper attacking midfielder should do, by the way. Yeah, he just goes where the space is. Yeah, but essentially on paper, he's a left winger. But Sanchez, bro, that guy is sick. He can score free kicks. He can shoot from distance. He can dribble. He's got decent passing. Yeah, all 3 of them would be quality. But I'll be honest, I don't think we're signing any of them.
I've got to be honest, I don't think either. I mean, I don't know if I'm honest in terms of that position, but let me throw some questions, mate, because there's a couple of questions that I wanted to put your way, mate, and I like doing this, and the viewers like it as well. If Berta's coming in, we've been linked with loads, mate. Zubimendi, Williams, Gyökeres, Sesko.
Oh, Zubimendi's already done, isn't he? I thought we got sold in Jan. That's a done deal.
We'll come back to that, bruv. We'll come back to that. Trust me, because this will make you laugh. We'll come back to that in a minute. How many players do Arsenal need to sign in order to compete on all 4 fronts is what people are asking. Now, I've made this question. The reason I put this question is because I had someone who was laughing at me in one of my socials because I said I think we need 7 or 8 players. I said it on one of my fan cams, either on my channel or AFTV or somewhere. And I've got a load of laughing faces from this idiot, right? And I said to him, and when you try and converse with them, they run away, don't they? So I said, how many players do you think we need then? No reply. He just put not 6 or 7 or 7 or 8, whatever it was. I said, so I said, go on then, just give me a number. A bit like Ødegaard last night. We don't need a rebuild. How do we need then, Ødegaard? Not 7. We need 6. Do you know what I mean? So this is what they do. So how many do we need to compete on all 4 fronts? I'm not talking about winning the title, not talking about winning the League Cup. I'm talking about it being competitive like Liverpool have been and like City have been over the last decade to go for all 4.
8, 9.
Okay. See, I agree with you. I think it's 7 or 8. That's what I think. And I think the positions are the similar ones to you. We obviously need a goalkeeper, which is 1. I think we still need a centre half, which is like backup, even if it's that Dean Howson or Harto, whoever the hell it is we were linked with. We need a defender. I'm not going to talk names, just talk positions, to be honest. I think we still need a 2 in midfield, so that's 4. And I think we still need a front 3, which is 7, 8.
Plus a left back.
And a left back if you don't believe that Lewis-Skelly and Calafiori are the guys that you want. So there we go. See that's I don't see why that's so criminal to say that.
Yeah, but Dan, when you say this, it's you're saying we need to drop 8 of our players from the starting 11. That's how they're seeing it. Yeah, this is the same fans that sit there saying, oh well, we had injuries. Well, maybe if we had 6 or 7 proper players on the bench, nobody'd care. Yeah, instead we're looking at Sterling. Yeah, like we're looking at Sterling, yeah, and Ben White and Tierney that nobody likes anymore. Yeah, Tierney at the back, Gavin. Oh no, Tierney's going back to Celtic, and of course, yeah.
Well,
okay.
hopefully they'll stop singing that song now, then, because that is pathetic. That
right, hopefully he walks off with a Champions League, because then he would have won 2 trophies at our club, Dan.
He'd be the most decorated at our club still, even with Arsenal trophies, and we're getting rid of him. I love Kieran Tierney. Everyone hates him, but I love him. So Dan,
it's because he doesn't invert, mate, and he tucks his shirt in. Do you know what I mean? And he got zesty tattoos and all that all over his neck.
The geezer's the best delivery of the ball in the club that we've got, in my opinion. So
yeah, I think we need 8, Dan. I think we need 8, and I think like I said this to a guy on the show last night, and Christian and that, like I think there's going to be a big sale this summer. Yeah, because if you add up how much money we can genuinely get for the players that we all think could leave, ain't a great deal, mate. Nobody's paying a lot of money for Zinchenko. Nobody's going to pay a great deal for Kivior. Yeah, nobody's going to pay a great deal for Sambi Lokonga. Right, Partey's leaving for nothing. Jorginho for nothing. Tierney for nothing. Yeah, Neto's going back. Sterling's going back. Yeah, how much are we getting for Reece Nelson? How much
he's on £100,000 a week, mate, so we're probably not going to get much because he's on £100,000 a week. This is why he couldn't get loaned to Leicester, mate. So we're like, we can't pay him £100,000 a week. Like Ipswich as well, I think he was pretty much going to, and then he went to Fulham. £100,000 a week. I mean, come on, man.
How much we're getting for Trossard? How much we're getting for Vieira? Like, add all of that up. Yeah, we're probably less than 100 million for the lot of them.
Yeah, but do you know what? I don't even care. Just get rid of these people, man. Like it's good. It's just we're gonna have to hold an L because, well, they're gonna have to hold an L on this because we ain't gonna get 250 million for these sales. We're gonna get half of them again for free.
Which is why we're gonna have to go and sell someone. Yeah, and the first one should be our captain. Go and get 60, 70 million for him, bin him. Yeah, somebody will buy him. Yeah, generally somebody out there will buy him.
Yeah. Sophie said, is that 8 before all of them players leave you mentioned last night? Yeah. Before they've all left, I want 8 players, and then you got to get rid of the dross. Because let's be real, out of all that list of players, like 15, the ones that are actually part of this squad currently are Neto, Tierney, Zinchenko, Kivior, Tomiyasu, Partey, Jorginho, Sterling, Trossard. Maybe Jesus, but he's going to stay because no one's going to be able to sign him. So that's 8 players. That's 9 players that have got to go from our squad. The others are like the ones that are on loan, like Tavares and Lokonga, but they still count. Like people think they don't count. They're coming back to our club. We got to pay them if we don't sell them.
So we've got a 24-man squad because obviously Ethan and Skelly. So take out them 9. We've got a 15-man squad. So we need another 10 players then, don't we?
Well, that's what we said last night, and I agreed with you. But Ødegaard said it's not a rebuild, so it's a retooling.
Mate, that had me in tears. I can't lie. Why was he so rattled by the word rebuild? They all get rattled by it,
didn't he? Yeah, I don't know why he hated it, man.
They all get rattled by the word rebuild. It's like, bro, it's a rebuild. I don't think they've deeped how much we need to do, Dan.
But it's like when they didn't want to say we bottled it because it makes it the club sound bad, like they failed. There's nothing wrong with a rebuild. Manchester City have got a rebuild. They've just done a 4-peat. There's nothing wrong with rebuilding. Yeah, like let's be real. Like this is part of how you keep yourself competitive. But people just want. What do they just want this same squad then for the next 5 years? We don't buy anyone because we've got to rebuild.
No, they do, Dan, because it keeps the gimmick going, doesn't it? Oh well, we can't compete. He ain't got his bench. Yeah, can't compete. We still ain't got a striker.
They'd fix the bench.
That's what I'm saying, mate. Is anyone asking for Smith Rowe back? Has anyone been on their knees for Vieira? Has anyone gone, do you know what? When Saka was out, fucking they should have kept Reece Nelson, you know? Nobody's asking for it. That was the bench down that was apparently fixed. Nobody was begging for Tierney to start games. That's the fixed bench. Like, it's just part of the gimmick, mate, and they're brainwashed. Or lying, or both.
I think they're both, bruv. I think they're both. Big up to Nando. Come on, peeps. 400 likes. I know we can do it. There's 1.1k in here, man. Make sure you do 2 things. Hit like and subscribe, and then go over to Lead Reacts, which is in the title, and do the same thing. Big up to everyone that's in here, man. There's a super chat here from Greg who says, I think if Emery had a chance, we'd have won the league by now, and maybe a Champions League. I blame Barstool Sports for infecting our club with lizards.
That's a bit random.
That's a bit random at the end there.
Go on, Greg.
Okay, fair play, Greg. Big up to you, bro. I really
there's a good comment in here, yeah.
Go on.
Says he hates the word rebuild because if he agrees, he's admitting that trusted process was a load of bollocks and it's failed. Hey, that's a great point. That is a great point because then the process has come to an end, isn't it?
Well, the process has come to an end and it's failed and we need to rebuild the process. That's the thing. The only problem is if you tell people that, they'll say, okay, we're on phase 1 again.
Yeah. Phase 5.1.
Yeah. Oh, it's a joke, man. How long does this phases and process last? It's all raffle. I don't know any other club that's on that. The Barcelona do this with Hansi Flick with a young squad. Do you know what I mean? He's just walked in there. Is he on phase 1? Like, what's happening here? It's so bizarre,
he's on phase 1 trophy, on for another 3.
They probably would.
And playing the best football in Europe and with the youngest squad. And only had 1 signing, and he's been out injured after the season.
I think there'll be too much for Inter Milan. As much as I'm not writing them off because I think Inter Milan are being slept on. I do think Barcelona are so good, mate, and I think they'll win the whole competition. But you know, could be ours, mate. Could be ours. Listen, let's take a look at some of these crazy. And I know you don't like doing this, but I'm just going to do it for the viewers, for the purposes of the viewers, by just sharing some of the stuff that is being reported. Now, I'm not.
Bear with me, sorry, Dan. Let me go bathroom real quick. Yeah,
no, you do that.
I'll be 90 seconds. Yeah.
No, it's all good, mate. Take your time. So this is who we link with, people. Now, Berta has come in. There's a lot of talk on Zubimendi. Apparently, we've almost finalised the signing of Zubimendi. I don't know how we do this, by the way, when the transfer window's not open. Apparently, we've had real positive talks. Andrea Berta has been pushing to have the transfer completed in the coming weeks. Zubimendi has made Arsenal his priority. Now, we were told by Sammy Mockbell and David Ornstein that this was done back in towards the kind of winter time, really, saying that this is going to be a deal that happens. So Zubimendi is one. The other news is reporting that Dembele this summer could be available. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, United are all considering launching bids for him. I don't know why PSG would want to get rid of him, but that is being reported today. Thomas Partey leaving on a free transfer. I've heard rumours that he might not be, and that actually we do want to try and offer him something, but that's not happened yet. Look at the ratings of him this season. He's been absolutely tremendous, by the way. There is no way that I want to see Thomas Partey leaving Arsenal. I'm sorry. There's no way I do. He's been our best midfielder. He's been phenomenal. He needs to stay. The next news, of course, is the talks with Victor Gyökeres early in the summer transfer window. We are looking to get this one done as well. And it does look like Berta is happy to be pushing both signings of Zubimendi and Gyökeres, if you believe everything that you read, which, of course, some people don't. But I think this signing would be fantastic. Apparently, we've opened talks to sign him early in the transfer window. And that's what I like about these reports, are that actually it could be done early. And I've got more faith now, that we've got Andrea Berta, that we might actually get some of this business done earlier. It might not take 6 months to try and sign Marino for 30 million quid. So that's Zubimendi and Gyökeres. Mohamed Kudus this summer is available. It looks like Saudi are interested. Arsenal, Chelsea and Liverpool also interested in the forward. I think he's had a rough season, man. I've got to be honest. I know West Ham have been dusty, but I've been really disappointed with him and a few others at West Ham, including Paqueta. I think the most underrated... You know what, actually? I'll ask you this, Lee. I think Jared Bowen might be the most underrated Premier League footballer, you know. I think he. Oh, you agree? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's class, mate.
I think he's quality, mate. I don't know why people ain't signed him up yet, because I don't know how old he is now. He must be like 28 or something. But he is a top talent, mate. I've been very, very impressed with him. Nico Williams, key target, athletic winger. He's undecided as to whether he wants. I hate reading this all the time, but I'll read it anyway. He's undecided whether he wants to leave the club. He's been undecided for about 3 seasons now. That's
didn't stop him signing 200 grand a week deal, though, did it?
No, it didn't, mate. And it sounds as if Rafinha is available, then maybe Barca will go for him after all, but we'll see. They could go for him anyway, to be fair.
Yeah, well, that makes no sense to me anyway, Dan. Why would they want Rafinha gone? And people say, oh, yeah, it's because of FFP. They're moving into their new stadium, mate. Yeah, they're not skint. They've been doing this whole skint gimmick for about 2 seasons. They still managed to register every player they signed.
5 years they've been skint. Like, they get a Danny Olmo, then somehow they're skint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is what they do. Ben White's future at Arsenal's one to watch. He's not going to be sold, if I'm honest. I think he's had a year where Timber's been in better than him. That's literally all there is. Oh, this one will make you laugh, Lee. I thought we were signing this guy, but Villa are beating Arsenal to Naipan. The Man City to the signing of the 18-year-old midfielder from Rosenborg, Naipan.
I see that the other day. Yeah, somebody put out the 18-year-old Norwegian wonder kid. I thought, where have we heard that before, mate? Yeah, and then somebody was in my chat. You go, no, I'm not. He's really good, mate. I was like, mate, you don't watch Rosenborg. What are you waffling about?
I've never seen him. I haven't even YouTubed him to see what he's like. But apparently Villa are getting him.
Yeah, there was a Villa fan in my comment section the other day. My live. He goes, if he's the next Martin Ødegaard, because there was a report saying the next Martin Ødegaard. Yeah, he goes, if he's next Martin Ødegaard, I'd rather you not sign him, not Aston Villa.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good, man.
Here he is. Bad man, Berta. Look at him.
Look at him. See, the Andrea Berta has held talks with Sesko, but he's also held talks with Gyökeres. So I don't know which one to believe, or if to believe neither of them. But it's obviously Sesko is something that Arteta's become pretty obsessed with. So look, there's some reports there. Some people say they're absolute waffle. I'm happy to accept their waffle, but I don't say they are, because I'm not one of these guys who knows and in the know. But the players we link with there, Gyökeres, Williams, obviously Zubimendi. What are you saying? Do you think they're realistic targets, Lee?
Sesko, maybe. Okay. Sesko. Zubimendi, I don't believe for 1 minute. Yeah, that's just David Ornstein putting out PR in the January window after we didn't sign anyone. Nico Williams, nah, don't think so. Yeah, I hope somebody in the Prem does sign him, because then they can all shut up about how great he is. Yeah, because if they think that Doku and all these other players are good, are bad. Oh yeah, look, Doku got an assist last night. Yeah, great pass, whatever. Yeah, but the amount of times that guy runs down the wing, trips over, or passes backwards, or gets past. Oh, he beat Trent 8 times in one game. Yeah, he never completed a cross. Yeah, they think that player's a frustrating player. Well, Martinelli's a frustrating player. I hope somebody in the Prem buys that geezer, mate.
Is Martinelli better than him?
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Easily. I'd actually go as far to say is that Doku's maybe better than him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, but Dan, the reason I say that, yeah, and people go, well, what are you waffling about? Dan, in La Liga, every team has a guy at each other. Or most of them. Yeah, it's like end to end most of the time, yeah? So you've got more time and space, and he still ain't doing it. Yeah, against Glasgow Rangers the other week, Dan, I swear, it was an absolute shit show. Yeah, against Glasgow Rangers. Wow. Like, he spanked a ball out the stadium. I think it ended up at Celtic Park. Yeah, and he was trying to cross it. Yeah, mate, I don't rate him one bit. Yeah, I don't think we'll sign him anyway. Yeah, Zubimendi, I don't believe. Gyökeres, I reckon, is going to go Barca. That'll be Lewandowski replacement. And yeah, I don't really see it. I think maybe Sesko. Probably Sesko, if anything. Out of the ones you just listed. Naipan, cool. See you later. Nobody cares about him, to be honest.
I haven't seen him play, to be fair. Sophie's asked you a question. It says, for Lee, have you seen anything about the Newcastle kid we've just signed, Antonio Cordero? Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's all right. Yeah. He's all right. Yeah, nothing special, but this is the thing, yeah. Anyone that comes from La Liga or La Liga 2 and places like that, you know they're technically decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're Spanish. Yeah, or South American, or have played in La Liga for quite a while. Yeah, mate, check his passport. Yeah, I refuse to believe he's Spanish, Dan. Yeah,
play, man.
No, but anyone who plays in this league, and the same with Portuguese league, normally they're pretty decent, aren't they? Technically,
Yeah, no, definitely.
apart from the one we signed, Fabio Vieira.
Oh, don't. He was awful. And as soon as I saw him, I thought he's lightweight. He ain't going to last him. But there we go.
I said it on the first game. I said send him back to Porto. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Where is he now, Dan?
Brilliant. Suge Big Up says, would you be happy with Gyökeres, Simon Adingra, Quinton Timber as a start? What sense does it make to sell Kieran Tierney and spend 40 million on someone unproven? I haven't seen enough of Quinton Timber.
He's decent. No, he's quality, mate. Yeah, he's
Where's
very
he
good.
play? Is he another centre half?
Midfield.
Oh, he's a midfielder, is he? Okay,
Yeah, he's sick. Yeah, me and Matty have watched loads of him. Yeah, he's very good.
Same age, is he, or similar age?
Yeah, similar. Yeah, I don't know exactly how old he is, but he's similar age, I think. Yeah, but he's really good, mate.
So where is he? Is he at Ajax as well, or?
Oh, okay. No, he's not Ajax. He's at I always get mixed up. Is it Feyenoord or PSV? Is it one of them? Feyenoord, I think.
Fair enough.
Dingra
doesn't even.
They're twins. There you go. They're twins, Dan.
Oh, they're twins. There we go. Wow.
Yeah, is it Feyenoord? Is that? Yeah, Feyenoord.
There you go.
Yeah.
Adingra doesn't get enough game time for Brighton, so it's not for me. But I have seen glimpses. He looks all right. Gyökeres, I want him. And in terms of Tierney, I don't even want to talk about it, Suge, because I get so much hate when I mention Kieran Tierney. I get told I love him off and all this stuff. So I can't be dealing with talking about Tierney, but it doesn't make any sense to me. I still think he's our best left back, and I'll stand by it. Let me chuck this in, Lee. Where is it? Because this was an actual comment, by the way, that I got, and it's for both of us. You believe certain journalists to be unreliable. Can you give examples of when Sammy Mockbell and David Ornstein have been wrong before?
Perfect. Yeah, Arsenal's transfer business is finished. 1 hour later, Danny Welbeck arrived. Yeah, should we give you another one? Yeah, Arsenal were not signing Nicolas Pepe. 2 hours later, Fabrizio, here we go. Yeah, shall I give you another one? Yeah, Nuri Sahin is signing for Arsenal on loan. Didn't sign, still waiting. All of them, David Ornstein, by the way. Yeah, I'll give you another one. Yeah, Arsenal kept good relations for Caicedo and going back in for him in the summer window, January window. Yeah, sorry, the summer window. Yeah, we never went back in for him. He also said in the same week, yeah, we won't be spending more than in the summer, he then said, we're in for Declan Rice. Yeah, and Arsenal won't go above 75 million. Yeah, and as for that Mockbell Endwell, that guy, has he ever got anything right? Yeah, that guy is the one that told us, yeah, first one to tell us, yeah, Zubimendi's signing for Arsenal in the summer. Cool, well, I've starved that. Yeah, that's bookmarked. Yeah, I've screenshotted it because these journalists to delete their tweets like Ornstein does. Yeah, David Ornstein also told us, yeah, that Reece Nelson was going to Ipswich. Yeah, he said it was a done deal to Ipswich. No, it weren't. He'd already signed for Fulham and he was sat home. And then they longed us out. He also said on deadline day, Dan, if you remember this, yeah, in the summer, is it summer? Yeah, the summer transfer window. There won't be any more signings coming in. Yeah. And then the whole fan base went into meltdown with some of him Sterling. Like, they're full of shit. He's the biggest brown envelope of a lot of them, Ornstein. Sitting there lying through his teeth constantly.
He's highly rated by Arsenal fans, isn't he, David Ornstein? And Sammy Mockbell, because whenever I mention saying that, they go, oh, it must happen then, it's going to happen. But you've just given loads of examples of when they've got stuff wrong. To be fair, I think they've all gone down in the pecking order, to be fair. Like, people always mention Ben Jacobs because he comes on streams. He's never been on here, to be fair. And Fabrizio Romano's never been on, but they always like him as well. But they've got stuff wrong, Lee. Do you know what I mean? They're not the oracle.
Fabrizio Romano said that Vinny Jr. had won the Ballon d'Or.
There you go.
Yeah, and he didn't. Rodri did.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I think they all started off with good intentions, isn't it? Yeah, but obviously the bigger they've got, yeah, with the more reach they've got on social media, the more the agents of these players start using them to peddle out crap. Yeah, this Naipan. Yeah, I'll give you another one. Jonathan David. Yeah, how many tweets, yeah, as Fabrizio posted out over the last 4 years about Jonathan David? He's been desperate to get him a move, mate. Yeah, and guess what? He's now out of contract and going for free. So that went well, didn't it?
Is his agent? Is he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, mate. It's the same with these Brazilian players that Chelsea have signed, these youngsters that Chelsea have signed. Yeah, the amount of prop Yeah, like you'll see him now. Fabrizio put one up the other day about a 15-year-old or something signing for a club. Who cares, mate? No, genuinely, who cares? Yeah, I've never seen like Ornstein does this. Yeah, have you ever seen a journalist sitting there taking big gulps and going, he's full of shit. Dan, if you're being truthful with what you're saying, you don't sit there going and taking big gulps when you're talking all the way through it. Yeah, it's because he's trying to think of ways to say stuff to cover every angle. Yeah, he's been doing it for years. He's the biggest fraud of a lot of them.
Well,
and he does it for every club now. Yeah, does it for every single club, mate. Yeah, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, United. He's doing it for all of them. Yeah, they're all the same. And the thing is, the clubs here, they've realised rather than going against the journalists, get them on side. Get them on side, and they can peddle the narrative out to more people. Yeah, it's true, isn't it?
It is true, bro. It is true. You've got a lover in it.
And Ornstein even blocked me because I called him out on this crap. He blocked me on my old he blocked me on my old Twitter account as well.
Oh dear, that's embarrassing. You've got a lover in the chat, mate. Lee is full of jealousy. I have receipts on Lee Gunner being wrong. I have receipts on Lee Gunner getting things wrong. Lee Gunner said Arsenal wouldn't beat Real Madrid, and he said that Berta would sack Arteta and Saka would never be the same. All wrong. This guy's funny, isn't he? Yeah. None of those things have happened yet because they haven't had a chance to happen, mate. Give it time.
Anyone with 29 as their profile picture, mate, is mentally unhinged. Yeah, like real talk. Definitely born in deficit, that one, and born buffering, mate. Yeah, mate, there's a website called coursera.org. There's about 1,100 free online courses, mate. I'd suggest using your screen time to educate yourself rather than chatting shit in the comments.
Oh, yeah, you've been told, AFC. You've been told. Let's do some of these other questions. These are comments that have come in on fan cam videos or Twitter or anything, and they always put this. Why are fans like Lee Gunner and Dan Potts never happy? I get that on majority of my comments, right? As soon as we lose a game, this bloke's never happy. As soon as we win a game, this guy's flip-flopping. He's just praised us.
You don't deserve to celebrate a win. Yeah, 1,725 days without a trophy. Yeah, I'll be happy when we win one. How about that?
Yeah, I'm the same, man. It's crazy, really, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy.
Dan, like we said last night, and on other shows, we've seen us beat Real Madrid before. We've seen us get a Champions League final before. We've seen us do doubles. We've seen us win a league at White Hart Lane and at Old Trafford. Yeah, we've seen us do a cup double. We've seen us win in Europe. Yeah, the feeling that started after beating Madrid, we used to have it every week watching Arsenal. Yeah, I've seen 17 trophies, Dan. Yeah, 9 finals that we've lost as well, by the way, on top of that. Yeah, and 17 actual trophies. 9-year trophy drought. Everyone was punching each other's head off at the Emirates after 4 years. Wenger in, Wenger out. 5 years deep into this crap, yeah, everyone's loving life. Yes, that's a 5-year trophy drought and a 9-year trophy drought, and I've still seen 17 trophies. And if this lot want to jump up and down for failure, cool. That ain't me, mate. If you got a problem with it, cry. I'm not turning it in anytime soon. I'll be back again later. Do you know what I'm saying? Win a trophy and shut me up. Pretty simple, isn't it?
It's crazy, mate. This one as well is similar. Why is Lee so harsh on Arteta, even though he has proved him wrong many times?
When were they?
I don't know, but apparently he has.
1,725 days without a trophy done.
The only time he has proved me wrong when I put my hands up was I didn't think he was good enough to get us challenging for a title when we were coming 8th and 5th. And he proved that he could get us challenging. That's what I've given him praise for. What he's yet to fail to deliver is a trophy for me to prove that he can get us across the line. And that's why I will always hold reserve judgment until I can say, do you know what? Wow. And if he wins the Champions League this year and he goes and wins the Premier League, do these people think I'm going to be crying? Oh, I got it wrong. Oh my God! Like seriously, like come on, it's a joke, mate.
It's funny though, Dan, because they say that's what we think. Oh yeah, we want to be proven right. No, they want to be proven like that they were right, so they can say you don't deserve to celebrate. Why is it, Dan? After we beat Real Madrid, the first thought is let's see what Lee Gunner's saying. Let's see what Dan Potts is saying. Oh, you don't deserve to celebrate. You never believed. And who's stopping me? No, I'm sick to death of these dickheads, Dan. Yeah, I get it all the time. You come to the Emirates, you'll get beaten up. Why? You ain't going to be there. I used to get that all the time in Wenger out days. You come to a game and you'll get beaten up. Well, I've still never been beaten up at the Emirates, mate.
So bizarre, man.
It's
What
funny,
is it all
isn't it?
about? I disagree with his opinion. I'm going to beat him up when I see him.
Yeah, it sounds good online, Dan. It sounds really good online, mate. Yeah, you're a fake fan. It's like whatever mutant started that. Yeah, you're a Spurs fan. Funny that on the May 14th, the 1 year anniversary, when you lot were all crying that Son missed.
So true, man. So
yeah,
true.
and I'll be doing a stream on that, by the way, celebrating the 1 year anniversary of these liars. Yeah, saying that we're all fake because we want to win titles and trophies, but they were all crying for Son missing. Yeah, and I've got all the receipts on that as well. I'll be doing a whole stream on that. Yeah, hopefully by then we'll be in the Champions League final.
Mate, it's crazy, isn't it? Hopefully we win the Champions League, mate. On that, if Arteta wins the Champions League, would it be as big of an achievement as Anfield 89 and Invincibles?
That's a good question. Although Liverpool were the best team on the planet, and you couldn't score twice at their ground back then. You'd be lucky to get one at their ground. But not only that, it's a league season. Yeah, over 38 games. Yeah, well, back then it was probably 42, wasn't it? Was it 42 back then? Can't remember.
It's as historic as it, but I don't think it's as good an achievement as that. Because when you went to Anfield 89, you got to win by 2 goals against the best Liverpool side that's ever really been. And you've got to go the whole season unbeaten. But then you go and win a Champions League. I'm not saying it's bad. Whoever's won the Champions League deserved it. But it's hard. It's easier to do that than to go a whole season unbeaten. And to win by 2 goals at Anfield on the last day of a season to win a title. That will never happen again, in my opinion.
The thing is, like, if you have one off day in the Champions League, you're out. Yeah, Liverpool know that this season.
Exactly.
Yeah, then Liverpool, best team in the league. I don't know. Obviously, we've never seen the Champions League, Dan, so we don't know how we feel until we win one, do we?
No, we don't.
We've seen Anfield 89 and Invincible, so we know what that felt like.
We know what it feels like to win titles and to go unbeaten and stuff. So to do doubles are well underappreciated, by the way. Some people just like, it don't really matter about the doubles because they hate the FA Cup, which is very bizarre.
Yeah, I've never understood that, if I'm honest. Why would you hate the FA Cup? Like,
well, we've won it 14 times. Why would you hate doing that? It's bizarre. Maybe these people ain't seen it.
But Dan, this is what you should say to them, yeah? Yeah, when they go, we don't know, we got bigger fish to fry. We don't want the FA Cup. No, he's trying to win the majors. Cool. Take out the 14 FA Cups and 2 League Cups off our history books then. Yeah, where does that place us in English football? Yeah, because we'll leave Spurs, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea and all that, Man United's in there. You don't rate them. So take them out of our history books and where do we rank as a big club compared to the rest of them then? Yeah.
Crazy,
but get out of it, man. You either rate them or you don't. Yeah, if you don't rate them, don't count them. Yeah, don't count them and try and make out we're the biggest club in London. Yeah, and the biggest club in the world and all of this and that, but you don't rate these cups. Yeah, because you can't have your cake and eat it, Dan. Yeah, you can't count them and use that as, we're bigger than you because we've won more trophies. But then count trophies you don't rate.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand about majors, and if I'm honest with you, I think it's crazy, if I'm honest. But yeah, look, FA Cup I'll always love. Pavan says, big up to you, bro. Says, hi, guys. What do you feel about Nico Williams? We actually just mentioned Nico Williams. Lee's not a fan. I haven't seen enough of him. I've seen him for Spain. Think he's good, but I haven't seen him consistently. Would he suit Arsenal? Personally, I would like Cunha. Big up. I'm enjoying the show. Big up to you, bro. I like Cunha as well, but I don't think he will go for Cunha because he's got an attitude problem. So I don't think he likes attitude problems. Peter says, my first game was the 1972 FA Cup final. Gunner, so beat that. No, and we lost. We did lose to Leeds, didn't we? Was it 1-0? Lost to Leeds 1-0. I'm sure we did.
I said beat that no, you know.
Oh, is that what you're saying? Oh, so he's trying to make out that he's older than us. Well done, buddy.
Well done.
I don't know what you want us to say to that, really, Peter, but fair play.
Well done. He's got half a century in him. Well done, fella. Bless.
Fair play, mate. If you're going to the FA Cup final in 72, fair play. I'm sure it was. Let me just check that. Yeah, it was Leeds. We lost 1-0. There we go.
Jez has got the programme for that.
Yeah, he will have, mate. He's got so many programs, mate. He's unbelievable, that geezer. Let's come to the next few questions, mate. Here we go. This one's quite an interesting one. I genuinely don't know this question. I have to deep it. Who are the top 5 best Premier League managers, and is Arteta in that list? Well, Pep's number 1. Unai Emery's number 2. You've probably got to put Slot ahead of Arteta now because he's won two leagues. Who else is there? Eddie Howe. No,
Who'd you say? Who'd you say? Pep,
Slot, and Emery.
Yeah, Pep, Slot, Emery.
And then I reckon there's a few that are on par, like Arteta, Howe, Amorim. I mean, you can't. I know Amorim's done crap at Man United, but he was decent at Sporting Lisbon, wasn't he?
Glasner, maybe.
Glasner's a good shout.
He's one of Europa.
Yeah.
No, Nuno. You could put Nuno in there. He's won titles.
Nuno. And then you've got like the ones that everyone likes, but they ain't done much yet. They've just been respected at their clubs like Thomas Frank and Iriola and those type of guys. Marco Silva. You've got all them. He probably is in the top 5 if you was to put them all up, I would say.
Yeah, it depends what you rate. It depends what you rank it off of.
Exactly. It depends where you think, because most people will put him second because he's come second 3 times. So it don't work like that for me, personally. But everyone's different with it, I suppose. But yeah, no, interesting one. Okay, this one's an interesting one as well. That I got the other day. This was a question I genuinely got asked. If Arteta was sacked, who would you appoint? And how long would you give him to win a trophy before you sack them?
I'd go and get the assistant from Man City and give him at least 5.5 years. How about that? Give him 750 million quid at the same time, innit? That's how it works, right?
You are funny, bro. Yeah.
Well, no, because they ask these questions, some of these people, not all of them, but a lot of these people ask these questions, and then you give an answer and then they dismiss the manager. Waste of fucking time. Yeah, just tell them, go and get Grand Passaic manager. It worked for Wenger, didn't it? The old Millwall manager, it worked for George Graham. Yeah, Bolton manager, got Bruce Riokin, didn't it? All right, get out of here, man. Go and get them. Does anyone even know who the assistant of Man City is? The geezer who looks like Kevin Keegan. Does anyone even know his name? He does look like Kevin Keegan, like he's just come back from an IB for Weekender.
I actually don't know. Let's find out. Man City.
Yeah, I'll go and get the Man City number 2 down and give him at least 5.5 years.
Carlos Vicens. Carlos Vicens. How do you say that? Vicens? Carlos. He looks like Kevin Keegan. My God. But yeah, that's who he is. Do you know what I would do? Answering this differently to you. I would go and give Inter Milan a serious amount of money for Simone Inzaghi. And I'd give him 2 seasons to win us the Premier League. And if he doesn't, then I'd go and get somebody else like Diego Simeone. I want those sort of managers now, Guns. I don't want any more. There's no point sacking Arteta and going and getting De Zerbi. For me, if you want to go and get a younger manager, then go and get Xabi Alonso, who's actually won stuff. Yeah, I don't want to go and get someone who's not really who's an up and coming. That's why I wouldn't want Iriola. As much as I can appreciate what he's doing at Bournemouth, which is a great job, by the way. I wouldn't want him or Marco Silva or the Brighton manager or Thomas Frank or any of those because their CVs are just like Arteta's. Like they've done well with clubs. That's it. They haven't actually won and got top elite sides across the line. So. That's where I'm at, bruv. That's what I would do. Somebody like that. Simone Inzaghi, Diego Simeone. But I mentioned these names. I don't want them. I don't want him. I don't want Simeone. What's he won at Atletico Madrid in the last 3 years? Blah, blah, blah. So you just go round and round in circles again.
Just say the same as Arteta at Arsenal, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what will happen, Dan? When this geezer finally goes, we'll probably get Jack Wilshere or Cesc Fabregas in.
It'll be Cesc Fabregas will be the next manager, mate. Like,
and then we can go round and round and round again, wasting time. Just go and get Simeone, mate, or Inzaghi. Yeah, Allegri's not doing anything because he go and get him. Oh, he's a dinosaur. Well, I'd rather a winning dinosaur than a fucking than a losing flipping Lego head. Do you know what I mean? Like, get out of him, man. Yeah, they dismiss serial winners down. It's jarring. Yeah, and why don't they want a serial winner? Why? Why do you not want a serial winner? Because then they can keep the gimmick going on. It's all about the get-along game. And they couldn't care less about winning trophies. I don't believe most of these people even support the club, Dan. Yeah, they just use it as a way out of their shit life and a little social gathering on the internet, or at games. I don't believe half of them even support the club, mate. They don't know the history of the club. Yeah, they're not interested. It's all about just chatting shit on Twitter. Yeah, and sitting in little groups on Twitter, like bantering other clubs. Oh, yeah, see, Saka won the debate, and it's a picture of Phil Foden and like Cole Palmer. Cool. Now put your medals on the table then, because Saka's got 1. Yeah, and he didn't even play in that final. Yeah, Phil Foden's got about 19. Do you know what I mean? Just boring, Dan. They just use it as a social gathering. Because they ain't got any mates and ain't got anything else to do. It's jarring, Dan. And then they tell us we're fake.
I've got nothing wrong with going for young managers if you're like let's just say Leeds, for example. I've got an opportunity to go up and they're going, Daniel Farker's been here before. He's never kept Norwich or Leeds up. Let's go and get Cesc Fabregas, for example. I'd have no problem with Leeds going and doing something like that, right? To try and, a little bit like what Palace did with Vieira. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think Arsenal should be doing that. We're at different stages. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's 1 point off the top half with Como. We've only just come up, to be fair, to Fabregas in Serie A, which is a tough league. So he's probably going to be a good manager one day. And best of luck to him. You know, I don't have anything against Cesc like Kenny does, personally. But and Jack Wilshere's just got the job at Norwich, Ramsey at Cardiff. I hope all these people do well. Of course I do. I loved watching them players ground up, you know. So for me, you know, I hope they do well. I don't want them at Arsenal though, you know. And if I'm honest with you, I wouldn't want that's why I never wanted Thierry Henry to come and be the manager or Vieira to be our manager.
No.
I don't want that. You know, they're players, they're legends. Leave them as that. Don't bring them back to manage because he's going to go wrong. You know, that's what I've always thought with it, mate. To be fair, but that's where I'm at. Your favourite question of the day. What does Martin Ødegaard have to do to convince Lee that he's a quality midfielder?
Leave.
Well, what if he stays and he's like, I don't know, gets his 15 goals again, gets us on the assists, he leads us to a title, leads us to Champions League? Would you be convinced then?
Yeah, if my mum had balls, she'd be my dad then. Right. Dad, what are we doing here? It's true, isn't it? It's true. Dad, this Ødegaard thing is just jarring as well. Yeah. Is there a better player in that position in world football? If the answer is yes, we'll go and get him then. Well, pretty simple.
There's quite a few that are better than him, and there's quite a few that have been better than him. This is
what's the obsession with this geezer? He's crap.
So
they didn't want to hear it last night, Dan. They did not want to hear any of them actual fact-based stats that are on the Arsenal website about him passing backwards and left. Yeah, and the girl had a hissy fit over it. Yeah, but then they want to come out with all these other stats. No, they're crap stats that you make up, mate. This is facts. Yeah, he's rubbish, Dan. He's nicking 240 grand a week. He's shit. And I've been saying it from day one. I know you feel differently about it, yeah, but Dan, I'm so glad that I had Hooks on a watch along the other day, Dan, right, against Real Madrid. Was it Real Madrid? I can't remember. Yeah, it was. Second leg of Real Madrid. Yeah, 4 minutes from the end of the first half, I had the stoppage time. I said to Hooks, I said, don't watch the ball, watch our captain for 4 minutes. Yeah, until the full half-time whistle goes. I said, just watch what he's doing. Yeah, I said, we know where the ball is. We know where he is. Just keep watching him. Yeah, and he goes, yeah, he's hiding. I said, there you go. I've been telling you for 3 years. Yeah, the only difference is, he chipped in with 15 goals that season. Why? Yeah, because we took everyone by surprise. We're playing attacking football. Yeah, that's it, Dan. Yeah. For me, he ain't good enough, and he never will be. Yeah, he's a failed wonder kid. It's his 12th season as a professional footballer. He's won one trophy, Dan, and it's been crap pretty much every season he's played.
What about this? This is a good question. Big up Mr. Waffleman, always a ledge. How many number 10s can you name in the Premier League that are better than Ødegaard? He thinks there's 7 or 8 minimum.
Cole Palmer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Probably Bruno, but is he really a 10? He's more of an 8. More so is Ødegaard, to be fair.
I think he's still in a position to Ødegaard, doesn't he? I
suppose. Yeah. What's his name? Gibbs White.
Yeah, I like him. Must admit, I do like him.
Morgan Rogers. There's another one. The chat. Go on, keep helping, lads. Thinking who the one is. What's it called? Who's the fellow at Newcastle? What's his name?
Oh, Joe Linton.
Yeah.
Or Bruno Guimaraes.
Not both.
Tielemans.
Oh, Bruno's a bit deeper. McAllister. Yeah, McAllister can play anywhere in midfield. That guy's quality, man.
Cunha probably is, to be fair.
Joe Linton's definitely a better footballer than Ødegaard. 100%. Besides Cunha, Maddison.
Eze? Is he?
I don't know. I don't know about him. I like him, but
I agree there's a few. I've always said, and this is where I'm at with Ødegaard, I've never said he's the best number 10 that we've got that we've ever had. I've never said he's the best number 10 in the Premier League. I've been muddied with him a few times when I've said he can't score goals and then he scored goals. So basically what happened was, this is going back 4 years now, I had a big, massive to and fro with most of the chat that love Ødegaard, and I said I don't think he's as good as James Maddison. Now, of course, since James Maddison's gone to Spurs, that was his funeral, and that has then since been put to bed by everybody else that have said to me I'm in the mud because James Maddison's failed and Ødegaard's not failed, right? So you look at the stats and the goals and assists, which people don't think is fair, but I actually look at that as part of what an attacking midfielder should do. James Maddison was getting like 18 GA, 12 GA, 16 GA at Leicester. So I was like, why don't we go and get him? Because he's doing it for Leicester. What could he do in this Arsenal side? Then we got Ødegaard in and he got 15 goals and like 10 assists or whatever it was. But he's only actually done that once for Arsenal. The other results and stats he's got were like 4 goals, 7 assists, 2 goals, 4 assists this season. Last season, it weren't amazing either. So I'm like, well, now I'm back to flipping and flopping again. Because, like, where am I with Ødegaard? I do think he's a technically gifted player. I know you don't. That's fine. But I do think that he can put a pass through, and I do think he's got good weight of pass when he wants to. This season, he's been diabolical, in fact. I think he's probably been, alongside, out of the 11 that start, I think he's probably been the weakest, if I'm honest, this season.
Facts.
And I'm not going to deny that he ain't been. But I know someone in the club who says that this Max Dowman is better than Martin Ødegaard now. That's 15. Now I don't know if you believe that, but that's what he's saying.
It wouldn't surprise me, Dan. It's not difficult, is it? I reckon with 6 months training, I'd be better than him.
Have you seen him yet? This Max Dowman, he looks unbelievable, mate.
I see about 10 minutes of a game that was on YouTube the other week against Man U that we lost.
Yeah, he was quality in that. This kid, mate, like he's, and Real Madrid are after him, don't you? Because when we were out there, he stayed out there. Did you know that?
Nah.
Yeah.
That's jokes.
Yeah, Max Dowman stay. He ain't come back.
So why would he go to Madrid? They're washed down. They're finished. Why would he want to go there?
They got a wash manager.
Surely he wants. Yeah, they got wash manager. Yeah, all their players are crap. Yeah, why would he want to go there, Dan? Surely he wants to stay with Super Duper Mick and win enough. Oh no, okay, cool.
Honestly,
because we can actually have him in our team next season, can't we? Because you have to be, you have to be 15 from when the season starts. Yeah, which is why he hasn't been able to play, because he's 15 during the season. You have to be 15 before the season starts. So next season, let's see how good he is then.
There we go. Taron, big up the super chat. He says, I don't get when people say Berta messed up the Felix signing, because at that point of time, he was the best talent, and it's like buying Wirtz. Now, I agree with that, by the way. When they bought João Felix, he was going to be the next best thing. That was turned out to be not the signing they expected, but you can't blame them for getting signings like that across the line. For me, that's unreal.
And not only that, they made 127 million on Griezmann by selling him in the same window.
Exactly. So it wasn't exactly like they lost out shit loads, was it?
And then 2 years later, they bought him back for 20 million. Yeah, so they didn't really cock up. When people say they cocked up on the Felix deal, well, they didn't really, did they? Because they made it back and more on Griezmann.
It's crazy. Has Lee Gunner been humbled after that Carlo Ancelotti 5-1 beatdown? Have you been humbled, Lee? Are you okay now?
Yeah, I've had sleepless nights, Dan. I don't know how I'm going to get over it. I mean, does VL know when the parade is?
Real talk, VL. When's the parade, bro? Hopefully, it's when we win it in the end of what will be an unbelievable season, to be fair, if we win the Champions League. Let's close by that. Just literally one question. What's going to happen in this Champions League for you, bruv? Not just with Arsenal, but overall.
Well, let's see if all these idiots that have been chatting shit in the comment section today clip this and post this on their Twitter account to their one follower. I think we'll get to the final. I think we'll do PSG. It's not going to be easy, of course. It's not going to be as easy as it was the last time we played them. But I think 8 of the starting 11 then is the same as what they got now. So we've only got 3 different players that didn't start against us when we played them last time. Albeit it's Cavra, Dembele, and somebody else. I can't remember the other one. Ruiz, I think it was. They're the only 3 that never started against us. Yeah, the back line, the goalkeeper was the same. Vitinha played. Yeah, Barcola played. Yeah. So I actually think we'll beat them. And I think if we get a 2-goal lead in the first leg, they're done, completely done. Even if we win just 1-0, 2-1, whatever, I still think we'll go through. So
yeah, I'm the same. I think we'll get to the final.
How negative, Dan? How negative?
Well, we're both negative, mate. We both need to get in the mud. So, look, I think we will get to the final. I will say this. This is the negative bit. I don't think we will beat Barcelona or Inter Milan in a one-off game. I've got to be honest with that. And that might come across as negative. I think we can beat them because you can roll the dice. It's a final. But I just think the quality will shine through. And I think that without the Gabriel and I know we've proven we can do it against Real Madrid. I do think, though, we need everything to be perfect for Arsenal, and I'm not so sure that it'll be that way with Marina up top and Gabriel out and all that. I think we've done brilliant to get there, and I think we will get to the final. Will we be able to beat Barcelona or Inter Milan? I think both teams are going to offer different attributes. I think Barcelona are unbelievable. They can be got out of the back. Inter Milan, however, can't be got out of the back very well. But they do have some lethal players. And I think people underappreciate how good their kind of spine is really in Milan, because Bastoni is one of the best at his job. Barella is one of the best midfielders around in the world, in my opinion. And up top, Martinez, as much as I've kind of slated him, he's been on fire of late, to be fair. So that's kind of where I'm at, Lee. Do you think we can win it, or do you just think we get to the final and we won't beat Barca or Inter?
I think Inter would be the toughest out of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Barca concede goals. Yeah, they shipped 3 against Dortmund. Yeah, they conceded 4 against Benfica, sorry. Yeah, so I don't know. They conceded 3 at the weekend against Celta Vigo. Yeah, mad comeback though. Yeah, and they conceded last night. Yeah, although it was offside by about a millimetre. Yeah, and that was after they peppered about 30 shots at goal at that point. Yeah, and it was 0-0. So they can be got at. They play a really, really high line. Yeah, and they just suffocate you in your own half. Yeah, they're quality, mate. Yeah, even when people park the bus against them like Mallorca did last night, bro, the amount of chances they were creating was crazy. Yeah, Pedri dropping his shoulder, spins round and gone. Lamine Yamal, by the way, boy, that guy's a joke. Best player in the world. Yeah, him and Pedri, probably the 2 best players in the world right now. But I actually think that we can beat them. Yeah, because that high line they've got, at some point, we're going to get through. Yeah, and then we've got Saka who can put the ball in the back of the net. We've got Martinelli who's in a bit of form at the minute as well. So, I don't know, man. I think Inter, that'll be the stinkiest game of football you're ever going to see if we get it.
Yeah, man.
And they'll probably go all the way to pens or something.
It'll be like that Juventus AC Milan one, me and Troops were saying.
They could still be playing now and they'd never score.
Yeah, that was mad.
I actually think we've got a better chance against against Barca than we do Inter. Yeah, because Inter, they play 3 at the back. Yeah, but they've got 2 strikers. I don't particularly rate either of them, but they do actually bang goals. Yeah, because the system sets it up for them to score.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they've got decent midfield. They've got decent defenders. Got decent manager, decent keeper. Yeah, they're decent all over the park. So I don't know, man. I actually think we'll get there, but then if we get there, flip a coin and pray, innit?
Mate, it's tough, bro. It's going to be mad, but let's hope that we win it. First of all, we've got to get there, and that's, of course, PSG. Listen, Lee, it's been a pleasure, man. I always respect you for coming on and chatting Arsenal and chatting football.
You're surprised I made it this week, Dan.
Bro, I was surprised. It weren't as much of a late one last night for yourself and I, so that was not so bad. So big up to you, man. I know you've been busy and I know you're mad busy. So I do appreciate you coming on here as well as the Tuesday night shows, or the Wednesday night shows, whenever they are, whenever Arsenal are not playing. So fair play. Last super chat is coming from Joe. He says, if we play Inter, what weaknesses can we exploit? They ain't got many, if I'm honest. They're balanced. It's going to be tough.
I think the only weakness they have, really, is their fullbacks go so far forward.
Yes.
One diagonal over the top. Yeah, I reckon you can get in on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like when DeMarcus is bombed forward, just get the ball and just 40-yard diag. Yeah.
I agree.
But instead of crossing the ball in like we did last time 300 times and then just heading it out, how about have some shots? Yeah, one might deflect in. Right, you might get a corner. You might get a ricochet. So I don't know, man. Yeah, they're very good in the defense aerially.
They've just got a really good, well drilled side, defensively sound. I think they've conceded the same amount of goals as us, to be fair, in the Champions League, because we've been really good in the Champions League. But there we have it. Listen, legends, what you got coming up, Lee?
Celta Vigo Villarreal, 6 p.m. UK. And then Arsenal. I'll probably have
Okay.
the Madrid game on at the same time because this is probably going to be boring, Dan.
Are you looking forward to the Liga more than you are the Premier League?
I'm looking forward to that Celta Vigo Villarreal game at 6. Yeah, that should be a cracker. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some good football in that, and then we'll get robotic, boring, system-based crap at the Emirates tonight.
Crazy.
To be fair, I think we're slap Palace. I do think we'll battle them. I said 5-0, didn't I? 5-0, I think. Yeah, I think we'll battle them. But
I think 2-1, but we'll see. Well, as long as we win, I don't really care how it is really. But as long as we don't see Saka and all these players playing, that's for sure. There's no one live that I know. Is there anyone live that you want to be sent to? I can't see anyone that I know that I am following. There might be someone that slipped through.
Let's have a look.
That we could send. Anyone live that you want to raid? I always try to if we can. We've got 1.1k watching still.
Monsters live, Big Sixpence.
Okay, let me sort that out then. Let's go to Big Six.
Let me see how long he's been live for, because he might be ending. Let me have a look.
Yeah, that's all right. Hopefully.
He's been live. No, he's been live 47 minutes.
47 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, cool. He's got hooks on there. He's got a few people on there. He's got a whole panel on there.
Okay, let's try and sort that out then. Big Sixpence. Why can't I find him? Is it the number 6 or is it?
Yeah.
The number 6 and then Bance, B-A.
Oh, no, it's not. It's B. Yeah, hang on 1 second. I'll get you the link. Yeah, it does that a lot on YouTube for some reason.
I've got it. Liverpool believe Trent can still sign. Arsenal versus Palace title talk. Yeah, okay.
That's it.
Troops and Kopish. Okay, cool. I'm on. Save that. There we go. Done. All right, sweet. Well, go and raid Big Six. Go and say hello to Monster Troops and all the guys over there. And yeah, we'll see you next time, people. We're out of here. Big up.
Demon title, mates.